How you going, Gorth? Let me flip this bad boy over so I can actually make sure I'm in the image. Okay. Happy New Year, guys, 2024. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic celebration last night. Spent some great time with friends, counted down the hours, minutes, even seconds to the new year. So, I don't know what New Year's resolutions you guys have, but mine's just to keep doing my same shit, really. But just get shredded at the start of this year. Push a bit harder. I actually dropped my calories by like 150, 200 as of today. It's down to 2.6, 2.7. It's roughly there. I'm gonna double check, but dropped them a little bit. Kept my proteins at a good amount. What have I got them on? I think I've got them set at 220 still. I tried to keep my proteins where they're at. I dropped my carbs a smidge and I kept my fats around that 70, 80 mark. So yeah, I usually use carbs as a way to control my dieting, at least in the beginning. And then as we get a little leaner and we need to drop a little bit more, instead of shaving my energy off, I start dropping a little bit from my fats. I always try to keep my proteins really high, guys. I want to make sure that I am satiating those muscles and I'm not making it feel like they're I guess underfed and not needed, so I don't want them to just dwindle away. Okay, so what was I going to mention today? I was going to mention something to you guys. It will come to me. Either way, I am going to be training shoulders today. Yep, it's shoulder day. I actually feel pretty good. I think I slept pretty well. I still feel absolutely bummed that I had such a shit leg day the other day, but there's no point dwelling. There's no point crying over spilt milk, as they say. You just got to do better. Just do better next time. As Joey Swole says, just do better. So I'll be doing that, guys. Today is going to be consisting of the good old usual plate-loaded isolateral hammer strength press, which is my usual. And then I'll move over to some rear delt row and then lateral raises. I feel like I just want that, I like to push around and move it around and maybe do some dumbbell press every now and again. But I usually like to play a little bit more on the side of machines and stuff like that, just because I still don't trust this shoulder specifically. It is getting better though, guys. So I am slowly going to incorporate those instability-based movements because clearly it needs some functional attention. So as saying that, I'm going to be doing a few extra stretches today to really get the rotator cuff open and feeling nice and juicy and lubricated so I can do some good old presses today. I've already had my pre-workout. I had some, I think it was Deficit by Faction Labs, and also some Alpha GPC from Switch Nutrition. It's just a separate powder added to it. I actually don't know if it already had it in it. Whoops, it probably did. Oh well, hopefully that's okay. Either way, I don't know if you guys really pay much attention to Alpha GPC, but I seem to. I actually like Alpha GPC. It's a nootropic. It is a mood enhancer, but it's also being touted to enhance like nerve site as conduction and more better neurotransmission for I guess output and drive of strength and CNS activation. I could have got that a bit wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a gist of that. I'll double check, but I find I am stronger when I use it, so there's a plus. Could be just the mood. Either way, I feel really good. The pre-workout is definitely kicking in. I'm better get stuck into the session. I'll let you know what that thing is that I've totally forgot. I'm sure it will come to me. But we've got a whole session to be able to chat and get intimate, so we'll probably mention it through there. Either way, guys, let's get stuck in. Okay, guys, let's get stuck into set number, well, technically 2. I did a warm-up. I spent about 10 minutes warming up each shoulder by doing some, I've got this, it's just basically a really weak resistance band, one of the long ones, so I can actually get back and actually get some range moving in the shoulders. The shorter ones just don't cut it, guys. The short ones you find you kind of just like, It doesn't, you need to open up the shoulder by hitting full range of motion, really get in there. I do all kinds of movements. I just try to get the rotator cuff, which has its many different actions, getting pretty much most of them warmed up. Okay, so 2 plates each side, guys. Just gonna bust out a nice 15 and then we'll go up from there. We'll see how we go. I do feel pretty good, but you never know. So let's dive on in. Nice. Actually felt really good, guys. 2 plates aren't usually a problem for me anyway, so it's gonna be pretty much 3 plate onwards that really decide how this session, at least this part of the session, really goes for me. I'd like to try and attempt 4 plates today. We'll see how we go. I'm feeling a little funny along here. Nothing yet, it's not too bad. It's not like it's debilitating or seemingly affecting any kind of strength. It's just, I'm paying attention to it, which I'd rather not. I like just to lift without thinking. Just up, down. But we'll see how we go. Either way, I'll jump up to 3 plates now. We'll smash out a nice juicy, probably 15 again to really get some oomph going, and then we'll up it from there. I feel like that will be my, so this was technically a working set, but that will be my true closer to failure style working set. Okay, let's go. Okay, set number 3. 3 plates, set 3. Yeah, so with this one here, I thought about using wraps. I'm gonna wait until probably the next set before I chuck those bad boys on. Shoulders still feel pretty good. We'll see how they hold up for this set. That's really where they're gonna matter. Because after this is where I feel like I'm gonna start feeling the exhaustion and the shoulder degradation. Okay guys, I still haven't remembered that thing that I was gonna ask you or say, which is a bit annoying, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, nice and snug, guys. Let's get these shoulders on. Oh, that tricep looks funny. Should be fine though. Okay, famous last words, should be right. Here we go. Ooh. Nice. Ooh. Okay, so that felt pretty good, guys. 15 reps of 3. That's a good standard for me. So if I'm not hitting that, I'm feeling upset. Become old Mr. Grumpy Grump. As soon as I start dropping down from 3 plates, not being able to hit the 15, is when I know something's going on in terms of I'm probably at that calorie point where I'm not being able to fuel myself for enough strength, so I'm actually so it's gotten to that point in the diet, should I say, where my strength's starting to get taxed. It's gonna be a real good way for me to kind of keep track of it. It's also, if I'm consistently hitting it, it could also be very much the fact that I'm just not eating well or sleeping well, or I have an injury, but I don't quite feel like that today. Say, buddy. So yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, I've got numbers on certain lifts at certain weights that allow me to kind of keep track of where I'm at. This is one of them, I believe. I'm gonna up it by 10 on each side, guys. I might not just jump straight to the 4 plater. I find that that kind of jump is definitely heavy and taxing. So if I can get 12 at 3.5 plates, I feel like that's gonna be pretty damn good. And then depending on how I feel with that, I'll either do 1 more set of that or I'll jump up to the 4. But in all honesty, guys, I don't think that's quite necessary. I think it's probably more necessary for me to try and maintain my joints, especially as I go through this prep. I've still got a long way to go, guys. Plenty of fat to lose, plenty of time to do it. Okay, let's up it. Okay, guys, 3.5 plates. Let's do it. Let's go for 12. Yes. Okay. Nice. 12. Pretty happy with that, guys. Oh boy. I'm gonna keep it at that. I actually want to keep up this kind of rep range. I feel like if I went up I feel like if I could even get 12 again of this weight, I'd be pretty lucky. And I don't really want to be dropping lower than 8. And I think if I went up to 4 plates, 8 ain't really happening. So I could, I don't know, I hate messing with 2.5 kilo plates, guys. I could chuck them on each side. That would probably push me down, so I barely got 8 reps. But I'm always just gonna opt for squeezing the juice and go for 10 of this. So I'll have a bit of a rest. Man, my hands look like zombie hands because I put these wrist straps on real tight. I don't know what color that looks like to you, but wow. Okay, so give me a smidge of rest, smash this last set, move on to rear delt rows, and try to get these boulders nice and 3D like. Okay. Last set, best set, guys. That is so oversaid. I'm happy with that, guys. Whew. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But we got 8. 8 is what I want, remember? So if I'm staying above 8 reps and pushing to the limit, very happy. I don't really want to be going below 8. It's not that hitting 6 would be all that terrible. It's just, I feel a lot better in my brain of going higher reps, even though I'm still trying to maintain strength in a deficit. When I say higher reps, obviously not volume work like 15 or even above 12, which is usually where I sit for hypertrophy. But yeah, I try to drop it back just for that strength maintenance kind of stimulus. Now, fun fact, it's interesting that a few studies, I don't know if they're really recent or not, but they're definitely floating up a lot more regularly now than earlier, that it shows that your gains are more set dependent than they are on reps. What that means is that your total sets of exercises for that muscle group will dictate more so your gains than the actual reps you have in that set. Don't get me wrong, if you're doing less than 5, you're probably not what I would dare say stimulating a lot of hypertrophy. Growth, central nervous system activation, absolutely. If you're getting hella strong doing 5s, maybe even some triples, but rarely. I wouldn't really say it's ideal to do lots of sets at 3 reps, but still pretty good. But if you did say like 8 sets at 3 reps, I dare say that total volume of high intensity strength loaded training would definitely equate to some pretty damn good hypertrophy and gains and strength. So yeah, a bit of food for thought. Don't 100% take everything I say as 100%. Again, science can be a bit wavy. I might have just followed down a stream of what seems to be right, could be still wrong. Always do your research, always verify shit that you read and hear everywhere. And you know, put things into practice, give it a test. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, perfect. Everyone's different, but that is something that has been coming up time and time again, especially as of late. So maybe helpful, maybe not. Either way, guys, done with this one. Let's move over to rear delt row. Okay, let's get it done. Ooh, 1% battery. I can beat it. The famous last words of this clip. Black. Okay, I should be able to do it. Usually it flicks onto a little flashing bar for a little bit before it goes. Either way, guys, we are on the hammer strength low isolateral row, or isolateral low row. With this one, guys, again, as usual, we really want to get the range of motion if we can. Just like in a standard row, really. I know I can be a bit like this. I am trying to isolate my rear delt just that little bit more. Technically, I don't mind going a little bit more like this, but I do try. It's just, I get into this, ooh, yeah, right there, it feels good. And I kind of start isolating it a bit and kind of just wriggling on it, probably you need to pay attention to that. That's it. This is a bit of a mirror for me, guys. Watching the videos over, I'm like, I thought it feels like I'm doing bigger rows, but I do notice that sometimes I can, and then all of a sudden I start just doing this, which still feels great for my rear delt. I just like to try and get a bit more range of motion. So I already warmed up on the single plates. I used to keep filming that, which now I'm not because it's just too simple, but it's a great warm up. Let's jump straight in, guys. I'm gonna start the other side because that's how I started before. Nice clean 15, let's do it. I lost count. I think that was 15. Oh, 15, nice. That felt good, guys. Hopefully that looked like I was getting much better range of motion. Feels good, so therefore likely good. Again, flare the lats out, guys. Flare the elbows out, guys, if you're trying to hit rear delts. Or any of those upper back muscles, especially rear delts though, on a row motion. If you tighten it in and you jam the elbow close to the body, it's still a great row, it's just gonna hit your lats more. If that's your goal, do that. If you're trying to hit rear delts, pop it out. Okay, let's move it up 3 plates each side. Okay, set number 3. Working set technically number 2-ish. Okay, we'll do this one and then we'll finish on 4 plates. Let's get it done. Oh. Okay, guys. That one didn't feel too bad. I think with that, I probably went a little, that's what it was. I was like, what's going on? I'm using my wrist wraps because I haven't taken them off since the shoulder press. I need to sit there and probably switch them over to the wraps and then wrap it and grab. But in all honesty, I have a feeling if I do that, I'm most likely going to start using my lats. I can actually feel them actively wanting to come in and for me to drag my elbow down. I'm actively having to fight that, which is good, but that's already happening. So I think it's gonna be worthwhile and in my interest to actually drop it, or not drop it, keep it where it's at, just do another set of this and really focus. Even if I drop the reps a smidge, as long as I hit failure, or at least one off, I'm pretty happy with that. Really focus on getting that rear delt squeeze. So one more set of this, and we're done, and we'll just finish on some lateral raises, guys. Okay, so let's finish strong on this one, guys. Again, I didn't up it, I kept it at 3 plates. I just, look, that's the thing. This is the thing about training smart, guys. It's knowing when to stop when it comes to adding the weight. Now, it's very possible that you could do an exercise, you could do the movement, and you can do it with more weight. You can potentially, look, in all honesty, not to flex, I could probably go 5-6 plates on this thing and get the movement done. Would I be jerking it? Would I be overcompensating with other muscles? Would I be using momentum? Would I be doing absolutely dog shit form? Probably. Could I get the reps and roughly the range of motion? Yes. Now that's the thing, is that might be a yes, but should I do it? No. Why? Because we're here to train for a purpose. My purpose is to grow and to get strong. That ain't gonna happen when I'm sitting there doing dog shit reps. It happens when you sit there and you think about what you're trying to achieve. I'm trying to achieve stimulation in a specific muscle group, not my back. I guarantee that's what I'll end up using predominantly in my rear delt. So to really engage that, I need to go at a weight that will maximally output the contraction I want in the rear delt without going so far the brain starts to go, hey, you're trying to do this, movement where you're grabbing this weight and put it back here. Let's help you out. it's all about helping you out. Don't get me wrong, your body's not trying to shit on you, it's trying to help you. So, you know, you need to make sure that you're focusing on what you're trying to achieve in the rep, in the set, in the exercise, to get the intended result. Don't use ego lifting, just stop. Everyone falls habit to it, dudes and even chicks, you know, not just us chest beaters, but a lot of everyone does it. People still do it all the way up into their 50s. Learn when to stop that, cut it out. What you want to do, figure out what you need to get done in the gym and execute. Okay, let's get this set done, guys. So I'm going to use wrist wraps this time. Now remember, I'm trying to hit rear delt, elbows high. Nice and controlled. I don't really feel much lat coming in, apart from when I'm at this part here, up to about here. Then it's rear delt and a bit of traps, but I'm trying not to. Oh, one more. Oh. Okay, other arm, getting it done. I actually lost count of those reps, guys. My bad. I'll try and do what I feel like is an even amount on the other side. That's where it really matters. Honestly, rep counting isn't optimal sometimes, guys. You should actually be just effort gauging. Not rep counting, effort gauging. If you can hit pretty much failure every time, that's gonna do much better than you sitting there and hitting your golden 12 or golden 15 reps. Sometimes numbers can push you further, I get it, but learn how to push. That's what's better, learning how to push your effort to the max. That's gonna be something. Hair of the dog, guys. Get angry music. Tap into some shit that happened in the past. I don't know, but get that weight happening and push it to the limit. Squeeze the juice. Oh, that actually felt better than the other side. Okay, happy with that, guys. Let's move on and finish strong with some sort of rear lateral raise. Honestly, guys, I'm probably just gonna end it on the machine one. Not feeling dumbbells today, might do them tomorrow. I stayed up pretty late for the New Year's celebration, so just trying to conserve the energy really, and just trying to make sure I've got the output still happening, but not focusing too much on instabilities and all that other kind of shit. Just want to get the muscles spent. Okay, I'll see you at the machine. Okay, so here we are at the, what do you call this? I guess you'd call it the machine lat raise, plate loaded. Okay, just gonna smash out these guys, get it done. So it's just got 10 kilos on each side of this machine, which I usually start on nothing. I did warm up on the dumbbells doing single arm dumbbell raises, just 5 kilos, just going out, trying to really isolate that lateral delt head, the one that gives you the Mickey Mouse ears, essentially. So remember, when you're doing that one, guys, if you wanna really isolate that one, when you're doing lateral raises, you don't wanna have your hand higher than your elbow. Technically, you wanna try and keep your elbow higher than your hand. Not like this, that will go towards rear delt if it's really dominant, but you want to have it about middle. You want to try and keep them up at around about the same level, but try not to let your hand overtake. That's a big one. They always used to say, remember, it's like pouring jugs of water and or milk. That was kind of like the old saying back in the day. Okay, let's get them done. So really lock them in. Elbows are going to lead. Nice. That actually felt really good. Yeah, so I highly recommend when you're going to use something like this that you do warm up the shoulders, especially the lateral heads, on something like a dumbbell lateral raise. Reason being is because you can kind of jiggle around and wriggle around and have a play to find that with a dumbbell. You'll find machines tend to restrict trajectory of motion. So basically, if you're pushing on a machine, obviously it's got its nuts, bolts, levers, and all that kind of crap that's going to make it go a specific way. If your body isn't firing off correctly, it may just use muscles that are more appropriate for that specific trajectory that aren't exactly what you're wanting to actually hit, you know? So if you warm up those other muscles first, then when you get into these machines, not only will your body probably gravitate towards a position where you can activate them, so maybe for me it could be stepping into the machine a bit more, but on top of that, you're gonna find that they're gonna be way easier to demand contraction and motion out of. So yeah, just pre-activate basically, guys. And dumbbells being free weight are easier to do that with. Okay, I'm probably gonna up it because that was pretty good. I'm not gonna up it by much because I felt a great contraction. I don't wanna ruin it. So let's just chuck on maybe 5 kilos each side and do 2 sets of that. Okay, I think that's enough rest. So we're just gonna be doing the, I don't know, it's an extra 5 kilos on each side. So, yeah. Honestly, I don't even know if this necessarily relates or correlates to 15 kilo dumbbells on each side. It's probably got actually a very similar feel, so I wouldn't be surprised. And the way the pulleys work, it doesn't necessarily look like it's actually halving the weight or doing anything like that. Ironically, if you know how pulleys work, they can definitely do that, especially on other cable machines. But let's do it. Let's aim for 15 reps if we can. If form starts to turn into dog shit, obviously we start thinking about bailing because we don't want to be teaching ourselves shit-ass form. If it's within the same form and it's shorter range, sure, if I squeeze the juice, but apart from that, yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. Felt good. How did it feel? Good? Man, I love this machine. If you really warm up the lateral delt heads first and then smash this one, it really does justice on what you're trying to achieve with doing a lateral delt raise. So yeah, come to Silverbacks. It's a great machine. Okay, let's move up. I'm feeling good. Let's go up another 5 kilos each side. Hey buddy. Loving it? Ah, you know me. Okay. 20 plates. I mean 20 kilos. I wish. 20 kilos on each side, guys. Let's get it done. Just aiming for a nice juicy... Look, honestly, I want to be ambitious and say 15, but I don't think that's actually what's going to happen. I think if I can get 12, I'll be very happy with that. Let's go. Make sure everything's in the right spot. Yeah, let's go. Whew. Oh, that was definitely harder. Okay, I think that was 12. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm definitely feeling like my recovery didn't do its justice last night. Definitely feeling... It's funny how I can read my body pretty well now. I've been in the gym for quite a long time, about a decade, and now I've gotten a fine tuning of what my body's trying to tell me. Now, when I start getting niggles that build up, niggles, when I say niggles, I mean like weird little micro strains that start rocking up, within the session, especially towards the end, it's usually an indicator that I'm not recovering properly. Look, they say the best theory for a trigger point or a knot in the muscle is acetylcholine building up, which is essentially a compound that is a byproduct of contractions and stress. And the issue with that is that you need adequate recovery to be able to help essentially drop that stress as well as expel that acetylcholine. I think it was. You can also knead them out. That's the whole point of a lot of manual therapy and stuff. But when they build up so quickly, it shows that my body is not, dealing with it that well. So sleep is highly important. So is hydration and the electrolytes and all that stuff. I feel like I thought I was doing well with that today, but maybe I'm not quite. I don't drink usually, and last night I had 2 standard drinks. Doesn't sound like a lot, but probably enough for me. So that's possibly an explanation for it, because I definitely feel the niggles, which is unusual. I get a little bit today. After this set, I'm like, whoa, lots of weird little niggles in my delts. But again, good sleep, good hydration, that will fix that literally overnight, as long as it's good sleep and good hydration. Okay guys, I'm done. I'm gonna switch the angle so you guys can see me a bit better. Okay, done and dusted with today's session, guys. Nothing crazy today, just the standard. Just trying to make sure I maintain things after a New Year's celebration, even though I'm not a big drinker. Staying up pretty late, I think I stayed up till 1 o'clock. Just having those 2 standard drinks is enough to really make my body go, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, bruh? So, if I can just hit the numbers that I was hoping to hit as a maintenance, I'm pretty happy with that. And then pretty much from here onwards, new year, new me. Nah, I'm joking. That's the thing. No, sorry, not new year, new me. New year, me doing my same shit, but better. Simple as that. You know, I've dropped my calories, like I said at the start of this video, down to 2.6 or 2.7. That should start speeding up things a little bit more. Cardio, look, honestly, about 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes, and then we'll see how we go with that. If I need to amp things up or do anything with it, I'll take it by ear. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow is arm day. Pretty sure I'm training tomorrow, yep. So arm day, usually an enjoyable day. If I sleep really well, eat really well today, and hydrate really well, I should get a juicy pump. So fingers crossed that all happens. I shouldn't say fingers crossed, guys. I should be more accountable than that. It will happen. That's what you're gonna start saying, guys. You guys too. Okay, don't fall into the trap of saying, yeah, I will, maybe, and all that unsure bullshit, unsure dialogue. Be sure. Okay, that's for me as well, guys. Okay, so stay swole, stay shredded, whatever your goal is. Get there if you're not there already. And yeah, stay tuned. Squeeze the juice, just as usual, guys. Okay, catch you later.